Here we are on the Ipswich waterfront, which is a fabulous location, and I would say that because I'm in the process of finishing off 150 luxury flats, 121 of which have got river views. The development's called the Winerack, and it's called the Winerack because from a distance, while it was in skeleton form, it looks just like a wine rack. Work stopped in 2008. We took over the project in 2015 and we started work in 2018, last year, and the whole project will be finished by Christmas this year. Well, the show flat is open, and we're very grateful to Homes England, which is funded by the government, to help us fund the project because it was a very difficult, challenging project to fund. It's a relatively big project for us. £27 million worth of construction costs. 121 flats, as I've said, have got river views. We've sold 33 off plan before we started, just to take the sting out of the deal, which is never a bad thing to do. I never like giving discount, but on the other hand, it makes you be able to sleep better at night sometimes. So we've got Help to Buy on the scheme, which, as you know, is a really wonderful scheme, 10 billion provided by the UK government. Super scheme for first-time buyers, no stamp duty, so that's really good. And we range from 115,000 for studio flat up to 475,000 for a penthouse. In difficulty, I would say this is 9 out of 10. Very challenging project, needs an awful lot of experience. It's been my most challenging project in my 40-year career so far. We're coming to the end of it, thank goodness, but it has been a struggle and a challenge. It's very important to the local community. There was a number of flats built here 15 years ago, but nothing new has been built since. And when the recession came in 2008, this was synonymous with the recession. With a project like this, it's essential, of course, you've got quantity surveyors who analyse every cost down to the doors, the nails, the screws that are required. They normally add 10% on, to be careful, because a quantity surveyor never wants to be caught short in terms of getting the price wrong, I can assure you. And normally, if you have a QS involved in a project, the good news is you can normally come in about 5 to 10% cheaper than what they've said. Here we are in the show flat of the Winerack that opened only 2 weeks ago. And I have to say, I'd love to move in myself. The design of the show flat is so important when you're looking to sell to aspirational, ambitious people. And down here on the waterfront, we have 13 restaurants within a very short distance. We are really proud of how the show flat's turned out. It's really, really smart. When you've got discerning buyers that you're going to have on a scheme like this, the finish has to be very, very, very good indeed. And actually, on any development, you need to spend as much as you can afford to in terms of the quality of the finish. Because if you can make your development look smarter and nicer than the one down the road, you're always going to sell yours before they are. And at the end of the day, you will be in competition with other people. I always look at each project on its own merit. However, you should always have 3 options with every deal. 1, to buy it and then sell it on immediately after you've purchased it. The other is to refurbish it and then sell it on at a profit again. And the third thing is to refurbish it, let it, refinance it, get your money out and go again. If you can't do all 3 of those things when you're looking at a project, I have to suggest you may not be looking at the right one. I will probably be keeping a few flats myself, as it's such a big project and it's in Ipswich, and it's something I should hopefully be very proud of.